That's awesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Look at that.
You use my skateboard. Alright, Chad.
Alright.
Chad.
Are you a YouTuber? Chad Caruso.
Alright, so you're a YouTuber, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, so give me the give me the board, right? And then I'm gonna sign the board, right?
Bags.
And then, you know,
You can put it on his wall.
Okay. I'm put it on my wall.
It's pretty incredible. Editing and driving and skating all in one day and finishing each one, you definitely wouldn't think it was something that is doable.
It's consistently like trial and error, like throughout the whole process. It's all like a mental game, and you're probably talking to yourself, and it will break you down until you have nothing left.
But don't play with me 'cause you're playing with fire.
It will hurt you. It will affect your mentality, your positivity, everything. And then you finally get what you're trying. There's no other feeling on earth that can compare to that.
So don't play with me 'cause you're playing with fire.
When we were kids, it became like a joke. Like, don't tell Chad that he's not gonna be able to do something. And it would be like instantaneous, no fucking hesitation.
I like that. Concentrate, motherfucker. You got it. Yeah! All right, now, man.
When we would go skate, we'd always try and make a video. But I think the video was a byproduct of our friendship.
Yeah, no, you gotta hold the D so the amp.
Damn!
He was a wild man. He was a wild man. Every single day was an adventure with him. Every time someone would say, oh yeah, Chad's coming through, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a good day.
It was fun, just a lot of fun. That's all I really remember, is it just being like no holds barred fucking skateboarding, and then after skateboarding, yo, we going to Mary's? Even when we all ran out of money, if there was empty beers on the bar, we would just take whoever's beers it was and drank it.
There was a few years where there was a lot of dark stuff kind of happening, and he's had to go sober because of a few DUIs that he got.
Next question, I read you a poem. If only I could feel the sound of the sparrows, feel a child pulling me back again, feel embraced by reality again, I would die.
This is like not even an interview anymore, it's just like Chad Caruso poems.
Fucking, alright.
You lose your license. You may or may not face jail time. Car accidents, monetarily, like you lose a lot of your life.
I've been sober for almost 3 years. And so when I quit alcohol, that kind of like made me realize the time and energy you waste. Once you get rid of it, it starts narrowing in on what you love to do.
You know, when you get kind of put into that hole where everything's kind of falling apart, it's a little harder to dig yourself out of it because it's a little harder to see the light.
He flipped it around in a sense where he just improved everything.
I tried for an hour and then you just stopped filming me. And I'm like, all right, I guess not.
The thing is, if you know him, have had a conversation with him, you know he's calculated. And the thing is, he was even that when he was a drunk. He just never applied it to anything. But now that he's like 100% sober and applying everything into his skating, he can literally put his mind to something and be 100% till it's done.
I just like came up with the idea. Then, I don't know if it's in another notebook, the original like thought, but then once I like decided I was gonna do it, I Googled the most efficient route across the United States, and then just pretty much listed them out, and then mapped out each skate park, measured the mileage, and be like, all right, is it possible to drive 4 hours, edit for 3 hours, learn a trick for 3 hours? Like, can I fit this in a day? And I just pretty much went through every state doing that.
Is that your new cell phone chip?
Yeah, this is how I get holding my work. This is my work phone.
This is the kid who honestly thought the government was following him. I'm just gonna live off the grid. Like, nobody will ever know where I am. I just need to know where everybody is. I had definitely thought when he had picked up a cell phone that the world was gonna end.
Filming me vlog right now?
Skateboarders from an early age have a very critical mind state and they are super opinionated. Vloggers get a lot of shit because they put their phone up to their face, talking to their camera, and a lot of vloggers probably have this fake enthusiasm.
You know, I was just so involved in the core skateboarding world that I didn't even give vlogging a chance. I just hated it blindly. And it's usually like that when you learn about something, you realize you have like all these ideas that you project onto it, but it's usually not that. All right, guys, the day has come. Episode 1 of 50 Tricks in 50 States Challenge. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, tomorrow morning, April 1st, I'm gonna be going to all 50 states and learning a new skateboarding trick, every state in America. Hopefully, that's the plan. That's it, just kind of like, it's hitting me right now how insane this challenge is really gonna be.
I think I was actually one of the only people that was kind of like, yo, do it. You definitely could do that shit.
First trick of the trip.
The first trick when he broke his board, I was just like, yep, that's the kind of trip it's gonna be, man.
Slept in the car. 11 in New Hampshire. So this isn't Vermont?
You look like John Wayne, bro. You can do anything.
He's skateboarding and everything.
No kidding.
I think the hardest part in general is having your body in your 30s be healthy enough to continue to try to push through the trick. And he's not trying anything easy.
Gets right back up and slams and eats shit once again. And he'll keep doing that until he gets it. It takes a certain kind of person to do that.
Kids are crazy over him skateboarding.
Chad Caruso is on his 50-state challenge. Where we're all 50 states in 50 days.
That is one heck of a challenge because he's got to get to one state every day, but then he's got to do this and then he's got to edit the video and post it.
I can't wait to see when he gets to Alaska and Hawaii.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
No. Thank you. I was trying to make it seem like people were experiencing the state. You know, I wanted each state to have its own little experience, you know, and sometimes that added hours of work, like going into the city and just filming things, you know, and all this pressure to do a trick.
It's good to see people trying to do positive things, you know what I
Ow! Yes! Ah. I feel like if I hit my shin one more time, they're just gonna turn into dust.
I think after, like the fire's under your ass because you just got started, the honeymoon phase is over, like now discipline kicks in.
And it's no longer about like, oh, I'm super motivated because everybody's been hyping me up the last month. Like, everybody's back home and he's in the Midwest at this point. You know, like, how do you find that motivation to keep going?
All right, so you probably couldn't tell from the footage, but today was definitely the hardest day for me. Like, mentally, physically, like my back. I don't know, everything's kind of felt off, but hopefully we can keep it going. And I got a 3-hour drive to Iowa.
When I had first found out that he was doing everything from a phone, I wasn't really the least bit surprised. It was just kind of like a, oh. And then I had thought maybe saying like, dude, you realize it might be easier doing it on a computer? And then, you know, he had his response, yeah, but I don't know, I got it.
All right, guys, the day has come. 512 gigabyte iPhone, completely filled. He just came over and helped me film the half cab block, big spin out. Did 2 of them. Lost all the footage, so I just deleted some clips. Gonna do one more. Yeah, I would like park in just a random parking lot, usually the hotel parking lot. I didn't want to go in because I knew if I went in, I'd want to fall asleep after that like brutal day. So I would just sit in the car, just like 2.5 hours. Some nights in the hotel room, I'd be editing, staring at my phone, like laying in bed, and I'd fall asleep and just drop the phone directly on my forehead.
The hours on end in the car, I thought for sure he was gonna get the sleep scares when you're like spending hours behind the wheel and you're shot and you're having the, and then you finally get to sleep, you're dreaming that you're driving.
Please don't be broken.
Here's a little love box for you.
Yeah, I was just getting way too tired. I couldn't drive anymore, so pulled over and slept in the car. I don't think my back could take another one of those falls. Nice little 5-hour sleep session, and now I'm gonna finish out the drive. Got like 2 more hours to go. Not much time for an outro. Gotta head to the airport, but that's it, heading to Alaska. I've probably been looking forward to this state the most of any of the states, so that's it.
Of course it had to happen. You know, every possible thing that could have gone wrong went wrong.
We were texting Chad in the group chat asking him what was going on.
Unreal. All right, so just got dropped off. I left my car at a viewer's house about an hour south of here, and just went to print my boarding pass and realized I left my wallet in my other pants, so I don't know. Gonna have to figure this out. They ended up making me go do like a security search and asking me all these questions. That was really the only time I was like truly nervous about not doing it. It took like 3 hours to get through. I was sprinting and running. Tell me I made it.
You made it. That looks serious.
Thank you, it's very serious.
Where are you coming from?
I'm coming from every state in America, and now I head to Alaska and then to Hawaii, and I'm done. I almost missed the flight.
Wow, you have a great story, sir.
On the way home from Alaska, I ended up not even filming at the airport because it was just too intense. You can't really fly that many times with no ID. Like 2 starts to really raise some flags. I failed the security questions, and then they had to contact New York for further security like research, and on Sundays, the systems are down.
I would honestly say that no one on planet Earth would be able to do that, but he could.
They eventually end up coming out 15 minutes before my flight and just barely make it. Then I get to Seattle. I go back to his house, get all my stuff, get my wallet, and then I fly to Hawaii. So I'm gonna be here for 3 more days. I'm gonna check everything else out then, but right now, just gotta hit the skate park.
Saved Hawaii for last. It logically worked in his travels. And he was really pulling out like a trick that he's been thinking about this whole trip.
All right, guys, today I'm gonna try to learn nollie bigger spin to 5-0 fakie. It's been in my mind since beginning of the challenge. Like, I pretty much knew I was gonna do this on day 50. So, yeah, gonna give it a shot. So done. This one's gonna be pretty tough to land. I just got close there, but It's like landing in 5-0 didn't feel that easy.
Oh my God. Wow. Oh my God.
That was such like a grand finale of like fireworks on that trip. And the smile after it was done, like it was so genuine.
From the feedback, it seemed like people were getting out and actually skating, or people coming up to me and like, yo, you made me like want to go skate, you know, go to the skate park, get up off the couch, so.
He's not doing it to be an influencer, to inspire. He's doing it to embrace challenge, to embrace something that could not possibly be done, and just to prove that wrong.
I think I've seen your videos before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm into skating.
Oh, yeah?
I just broke my board, though, so I don't have one.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Oh, you got a board?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yeah.
doesn't break. It's not made out of wood.
Yeah, it definitely won't break like mine.
Try. This thing's
Still grip. It's kind of wide, right? Try it.
There's a lot of demons that, you know, he's had to overcome over the years to get to the point where there's enough mental willpower to keep moving and to do all the stuff that you're doing.
I'm excited to know from a mindset perspective, like where he was beforehand and like what his thoughts are and like what he thinks his capabilities are after this. Because like you do that and it's like, what's next? That's not the peak. You know, there's more to come. It's just like, what is it now? Like, what's the next crazy idea?
I would recommend to someone that wants to, you know, do something like this is just pull the trigger. Like, cause you'll never feel right about it, ever. There'll always be something wrong or like something that could go wrong, a problem, something you're scared of, and they don't get fixed or solved until you pull the trigger and put yourself in that position.